Hello, people of the internet. How is all doing today? I'm just fucking pissed. I'm pissed off with this whole country, and I'm pissed off with every system in the world. To be honest, I'm just absolutely pissed off with them. I just have enough of it. I honestly have enough of harassment and bullying by governments and by tech companies and all that. I actually just am completely fed up listening to it. I'm just fed up, and and I'm going to use this word in the beginning of the video, racism. It's just racism against the nationalist community in Ireland. It's just pure racism against the nationalist community. There's so many of us, and they're just being racist as hell to us. And this is just disgraceful. And if we say anything against anybody else, we get put in prison for about 50 months. And if the tech companies or the government say anything, we can't say shite. And it's just the truth. And I'm saying it out fiercely. And I don't really care if the government come down on me or whoever comes down on me. Because it's just the truth. It's plain and simple. We are not doing any harm. We're going around with our banners. We're going around with our... remembering 1916, the heroes of 1916. We're remembering the past. And you try and shut us down for what we're doing. So you trying to say that we are all nationalists are terrorists. That's kind of... and if we said Muslims were, you know what? We'd be all kicked out of this country as fast as we even want to even get kicked out of it, because it's just ridiculous. It's just, I'm just going to talk about this now. YouTube is just the biggest problem ever since last month. And I have this here now, and I've been talking to a lot of people about it. There was 9 Republican YouTube channels taken off, nationalists in other words, YouTube channels, taken off YouTube, which is purely a disgrace. And there was one taken off an hour ago, which I actually really liked. It was actually a good Pocket on the Heroin, which was a great YouTube channel. It has been since 2009, and just randomly decides to take it off today. I don't know why, and there was no bad content on it. It was just kind of history and songs, nationalist songs. It was nothing bad about it. And I say this now, why is there no Taliban songs taken off? There's about 50 Taliban songs on the whole YouTube, and there's never anything said about them, and they have millions of views. And as soon as the nationalist puts up anything, you get kicked around the place. Now you think about that, that's purely racism. He's favouring terrorists before nationalists who are trying to fight for freedom and liberty for the island of Ireland. Now that's just... think about that for a second. Terrorists, freedom fighters. Terrorists, freedom fighters. Which one's better? Obviously freedom fighters, because they're using words, not bombing themselves up. If that's even a word. But there was 4 YouTube channels taken down in the last month. 4. And it's a pure disgrace. And it's a pure disgrace. These YouTube channels have been here since the beginning of YouTube. And I'd like to say to YouTube and to Twitter and Facebook and all the rest of them, that this won't be accepted by the nationalist community, and this can be considered as an act of racism, and I consider this as racism. And not anything else, and I expect apology by Facebook or whoever the hell these people think they are, bullying a small little nation in the middle of an ocean, not surrounded by any countries. Like, nationalists have no say in this country, because it's all the parties and all that. It's all because we don't have any say and we don't have a voice. But I say this here, and I say this to every one of you watching now. We are, as nationalists, have voice, the same as every person on this island of Ireland. And we will use our voice to our biggest content, and to our heart's content, until we get our rights, and our freedom. And our freedom of speech is what them men and women of 1916 died for, and that's what we will die for if it comes to the bit. As nationalists of Ireland, we will go to our grave with honour and dignity of this great land. At the moment, we are going to our graves with disgrace to this island for not standing up to us, standing up for us. So I ask every one of you who's watching here now, this is actually racism, and this is the first time I ever called racism on this channel. And it's the first time I ever seen racism and felt racism before myself. We are doing nothing wrong, and we have been doing nothing wrong since the Good Friday Agreement. We are just remembering the past of 1916 and the troubles. We are not doing anything to harm anybody. We might be going for United Ireland, but we're not going by means of force. We are talking about it like I'm talking here now, trying to talk some sense into the government and to the social media companies. I'm here now to say about it as a voice of the nationalists of Ireland. Because I'm one of the nicest people you will meet in the nationalist community. And I ask Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and all them to think about freedom fighters and think about how much role they're playing in their country. You might be over in America, you just don't know how people in this country like their music, like what the people of our, like what nationalists do. You only might care about America, but the Irish people care about what Irish people watch. And America has no control over what we do and what we put up and what we say and what we do. And as simple as that. If there is something, we respect YouTube in Ireland or some other country, in Ireland, we only serve Ireland. And then if an Irish company says to us, here lads, be a bit more nicer, we'd be like, oh, we try and be. But we're not going to be nicer if this is just going to be racism. This is just purely racism. And I say this, and this is the first time I nearly said this one in a whole long time. It's racism. And I say it so many times. And this country is starting to turn its back on ourselves again. And we must not let any other country pull us around. We are Irish people. We are descendants of a fighting race of 1916 volunteers and Republicans. We've been here since the beginning of the state. And we'll be here to the beginning after the state. And we will never give up to any people who provoke racism or racist slurs to our nationalist community and our peace on this island. And we will not let any social media company, no matter who they are, no matter what they are, and no matter how many staff they have, no matter what legal team they have, we will stand up to you and we will fight for our liberty and our justice and our freedom. And I say that again, our freedom. The same as used in the Constitution of America has freedom, and our Constitution is the right to the freedom of speech in the island of Ireland. And that's what it says in our Constitution. And that's where we stay in this Constitution since the beginning of the state, and it will always remain in the Constitution no matter what. So I would like to ask the social media companies again to reconsider what they're doing. Thank you.